Hi there, Newton. I'll give you guys a reason. I'll give you guys a reason. I'll give you guys a moment to all get logged on. I'm not going to have the camera tracking me around, but I'll just let you enjoy this view of the bird feeders and some of our raised bed gardens while I just go get some odds and ends put together in the house. So enjoy the view, enjoy the sounds, my friends. If my voice ends up breaking up while I'm talking, it's because I'm on the other side of the yard, but we're still in the process of getting set up over here. As a matter of fact, let me actually bring this a little bit closer so you guys can get a little bit better view. There you go, of the bird feeders. So I'm going to be going to the other side of the yard. I'll give you guys a little bit of time for all you guys to get comfortable, get situated, grab yourselves a cup of tea. Hopefully you got your gardening gloves. Hopefully you got your garden starters so you can go outside and have some fun with me. Christine, how you doing, sister? I told you that's the cue. I'm so glad that you're here to hang out today. We are going to have a blast. I wanted to run something past you before we even really get started. So here's what I'm thinking. When my hands are in the garden, you know, like actually in the grow beds, I'm thinking about just taking a minute and just letting you guys know that I'm going to be taking the camera, turning around and actually zooming it in. And I'm going to try to get the gimbal to follow my hands around. So like, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for me to figure it out, but I know if there's anyone I can count on for some really awesome feedback, it's you, Christine. You've helped me out so much. And that goes to anyone else that's actually chiming in right now. We do take the feedback serious and we appreciate it. We really, really do. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, Christine, I was thinking about having a gimbal. Instead of it following my face, I'll switch it so that it'll follow my hands. So actually while I'm in the grow bed, the camera's following my hands around the grow bed. The problem is I'm not going to be able to zoom in as efficiently as if I was zooming in with the camera. So that might make it a little issue, but it shouldn't be a serious one. But watch how smooth that was. Sorry about that. Hi guys, my name is Chuck the Sandman Collins, and I'd like to welcome you to Together We Grow Sustainable Gardening Solutions. We are going to have a blast today, my friends. We are going to be transplanting some really pretty ornamental plants. We had a few left over from the packages from the six plant packs that you get from the box stores. Woo, that's a doozy, isn't it, right there? So from the 6 plant ports that we get, thank you, Christy. Oh, thank you. So from the 6 port plants that we get from the store, we're actually going to be using those. You guys see the hummingbirds just zooming past? So for you guys that are just now chiming in, thank you. Thank you so much. We are going to have a blast today. I'll give you all a minute to get logged in. Let's see. Make sure that's following. There we go. But while you're doing that, I am going to get my gloves. I'm actually going to come over here, 2 birds with 1 stone. Is that online? 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm going to set the camera this way. Let me stop it for a second. I'm going to go get the garden hose, guys, because I actually have to water this, and I have to water the other grow bed as well. For you folks that are just chiming in, are you just signing in? Thank you so much. I hope you hang out. I hope you enjoy this wonderful day of gardening that we have set ahead of you. I'm going to go get the garden hose so that we can water our traditional Navajo traditional grow bed number 1. So I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, you can take your time getting all set up here today. It's going to be a fantastic day of gardening, but I intend on it being more so of a lazy day of gardening for me. We all deserve them. You guys know? We all deserve them. A day where you can just go out to the gardens and it's just about you having a little bit of fun out there. So I noticed when we removed a bunch of the larger plants yesterday, I noticed that it left some indentations in the raised grow bed. And Just learning how to do this stuff, especially with the raised traditional grow beds. I'm learning how to do this in real time. And I realized that when you remove these plants, and I know I should have thought of it, but when you remove these plants, that root mass is actually taking up space, volume, in the soil grow bed. And when you remove that and you don't replace that soil volume with amended soil, which is where I'm trying to go with this, because I actually have that under here. We have soil that we amend with our own fertilizer that we make from house scraps in the house. You guys feel free to go through my YouTube videos and you'll see how we do that. But I realized that it leaves dents in the garden, this indentations. And the whole thing with our raised grow bed system is, wait for the drip, not yet. We wanted to make it so that no matter what depth of a plant that we wanted to transfer to the system, it would easily and quickly be able to take root and there would be enough soil already there. But I realized in some of those places where we took some of the larger Celeria, where we removed it from, like you can't put tomatoes, like right here, you can't put a tomato plant right there because it's about 3 inches worth of soil that's removed right from the center of that spot. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually 2 birds with 1 stone. See, this is all watered and good because it's draining quite adequately from the bottom. What I'm going to do is, once this is all nice and wet, like I got it, I am going to put my gloves on in a little while, and we're going to go back to that grow bed. We're going to loosen up that topsoil. It's going to benefit us in 2 ways. Number one, it'll enable me to more accurately tell how much actual topsoil that I need to work into the system. And number 2, and guys, I want you to remember how long it took us to water that yesterday, and that's because I hadn't watered it in 2 days. The last time I had watered these grow beds was the last time I made a video, and I took the entire weekend off, so we hadn't watered it. So it took, if you guys watched the video yesterday, and please always feel free to go back and watch the live videos, because that's where you're going to get the most up-to-date information about everything that we're doing in the gardens. So when we did the live video yesterday, it took about 2 minutes for it to start adequately draining through the first traditional grow bed. And today, I think that was well less than a minute, and it started draining already, I think. And like it's draining like gangbusters down there. So it's no complaints on the efficiency of the system. Hi, buddy. Don't take this the wrong way, guys, but honestly, I do feel like Snow White sometimes when I'm out. Was it Snow White? No, Cinderella. Was it Cinderella the one? Was it Cinderella or Snow White the ones that had the animals making clothes for her and stuff and just landing on her? That's how magical gardening is. You can be the hardest, toughest guy in the world. You're not going to come out in your backyard and be like, oh man, I can't stand these beautiful plants. Oh, they make me so mad. Oh, angry nature. Come on, man. If you do, guess what? This was probably the perfect therapy to fix you. Let me see. Here we go. See, I'm just a yap. I didn't even realize that system was draining fine over there. Hey, how's everybody going? My name is Chuck the Sandman Collins, and welcome to our Sustainable Gardening Systems traditional, traditional aquaponics, aeroponics, hydroponics, supersonics, metroponics, I don't know, where we get together and we grow. You know what? I think that, oh my gosh, Mike Van Duzy, if you see this, man, dude, I shout you out in almost every video, and I think it's called Keep On Growing. I absolutely love this guy's channel. He cracks me up. He's as brilliant as he is funny. And I swear to you guys, he's probably forgotten more stuff about gardening than I'll ever learn. So that was a peregrine falcon or peregrine hawk, whatever it was, but it just zoomed. I saw the wing shape when it took over, when it took off the sky over there. I think peregrine. I might be wrong. Do we have them here in Arizona? I might be mixing it up. I know it wasn't a Cooper's hawk though. So again, guys, we're over here. Matter of fact, I'll give you a shot. Come here. I'll let you see for yourselves. Let's stop this real quick. And I promise to turn the camera right back, guys, but I wanted you to see real quick. It'd be easier. Stay with me. Stay with me. I got you guys covered. Stay with me. Let's see. Do. There we go. So I want you guys to see the potatoes real quick. Check it out. Now remember, guys, we started these from just scraps from the kitchen. Look at the potatoes. There's bag number 1. There's bag number 2. Two types of potatoes in this one. 2 types in this one. I think 2 or 3 in this one. Only because I was just trying a crazy experiment. Now you see where I said the water pools on the table because of that natural, that indentation that's formed on the table? That's a perfect basin to hold the excess water for the potatoes. The reason why you see the hummingbirds zooming around all the time is because, and they're darting in and out from under the tables and all around all of the grow beds, is because they're actually hunting mosquitoes, gnats, and small flies, other creatures that we would deem pests. In the garden, you guys actually watch the mosquitoes patrol the garden and keep it nice and clean in real time. Now, how cool, make sure that that's on or make sure it doesn't fall. Sorry about that, guys. How cool is that? So let's take this other angle. Now here's the second grow bed that we just watered. Let's take a look down here. And here we go. From close row to me, I hope you guys can see that, celery, and this is what I was saying, when I put out a short on YouTube earlier, and I hope you guys get a chance to watch it, and it's basically talking about how one of the focuses of our raised bed gardening is sometimes I'll imagine a piece of the garden, but I always look at the raised grow bed, the garden space itself, I always look at it like it's art. So when I'm staring, in the world? Okay, needle watch. But I always look at it like it's art. So when I'm looking at it, I'm visualizing just pops of color here and pops of color there, and just imagining what it's going to look like when they're fully developed, what they're going to look like when they're grown. Now, not every plant is going to take and just be happy. Like, for instance, let's take a look at this guy right here. All right. That was one of the first ones that I put in. This one and this one, actually, two of the first ones that I put in. You see everything else around them is incredibly happy. This plant, not happy. Why? Because that's when those two were in there, the other plants in here were established, but when I put these two in here, that's when we had those consecutive days where it was almost 100 degrees already in Tucson. And those babies weren't set, so they fried. And it's sad, but they fried. Another thing that I could have done to possibly limit the amount of frying that happened to them, I could pull those and replace them, but they're not all the way dead. And I just don't like ending plant life short like that. So I am going to give them a chance to recover. I know what I did wrong. A bit of advice from my experience. I could have avoided that. I could have by watering from the bottom of the plants. When we were talking about before, like traditionally, normally what type of watering systems would I be using for these traditional raised bed gardens? I'd be using a soaker system or a low emitting water spray system, because there's really no need to wet these leaves every single day, especially if you live in a desert. Some of these plants, the younger ones, the more tender ones, they're not going to adapt as quickly, and you're going to see the effect like that. And I really feel sorry and I know some of you guys might be like, oh, it's just marigolds. It's not just marigolds. It's a living plant to me, and every little plant matters. We're the stewards of plant life. I don't know, man. I'm just out there having fun, and I don't want to purposely hurt any living thing. I know it sounds cheesy. Please don't leave me because I said something corny like that. Just please stick around because it is sincere and it is from the heart. On that note, guys, if you want to go ahead, get yourself something to drink, something to eat real quick, now's the time to do it. I'm actually going to go into the yard right over there, and we picked up some mulch, some untreated mulch that will go perfect for topping off our potatoes. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Please stick with me, guys. Please hang around. Enjoy this view for a minute. I'll be right back. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to type them. Every few minutes or so, I am going to look at the screen. Does anyone else live in a similar climate like we do in the desert, where you started your gardening processes already? Pardon me. Maybe you haven't started them yet. Maybe you started your seeds. Sorry about that, live chat. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry about that, guys. I don't know what just happened. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry about that, guys. I don't know what just happened. I was trying to turn on the live. Really appreciate you. Much love, my brother. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Well, Rock, how you doing? Sorry about that, guys. I was just trying to turn on the chat, and I ended up deleting everything. And I really apologize, not deleting, but I thought I turned it off for a second. And I really got nervous because, as my dear friend Christine will tell you, anything's bound to happen while we're doing our gardening. So I'm right back to this side again. And I am going to stop from following me. Let me lower this down a little bit. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I'm with you. Here with me. There we go. And we are just going to do, just real simple. Now, granted, we got mulch. The mulch is going to be fine. The mulch is not going to hurt it because there's no need for me to add any more soil on top of the potatoes. There isn't. I'm literally just going to top these all off, push these leaves down as much as I can, top these all off. Yeah, I know it seems like a mess. Trust me, it's not going to hurt the potato. It's not going to hurt the potatoes because there's more than enough soil in there. And the soil's almost all the way up to the top. So I want to give these leaves one more thing, these potato tops, one more thing to punch through. Here we go. Now, when it comes to topping off plants, I know actually it looks kind of neat to me. What do you guys think? When it comes to topping off plants like this, ooh, that does really look good. I had realized, granted, I wanted to get this untreated. Well, it's got the coloring, but it's not the poisoning, so it's not going to hurt the plant leaves. We did our research. I could have actually used, and here's what's funny, guys. I could have actually used these. That's right, I could have used these clay balls. I got like a ton, well, I want to say a ton, close to a ton. Oh, there's a Cooper's Hawk floating up on the far side of the sky. But I could have used these. All these potatoes need is just something on top, something that's going to hold that moisture. When the leaves grow through again, I'm not going to repot these. The potatoes will be pretty much done. I'm just going to let the leaves continue to mature. You'll know that the potatoes are ready to harvest because the one's a little low over there. The leaves will start to die off. The top leaves will start to die off. So that's your cue that it's time to do what you do with your potatoes. So what I would do is I would get a bucket. Wow, it actually looks kind of nice. Look at that. I would get a bucket and I would just empty these fabric pots. That's another thing I like about the fabric pots. I would get a bucket and I would just empty the fabric pots into the bucket. And then you would see the tomato bulbs right from there. That was kind of quick and kind of easy, no, wasn't it? Now, I did go with the mulch. I know it is, some may say it's risky, but I want to tell you guys, the mulch that you're getting in these stores nowadays, a lot of these rumors that we have with wood and with mulch, we're talking about things that were true. And a lot of these things were true, but the products that we're talking about were used prior to 1990. There's been a lot of changes with the manufacturing of things such as wood, treated wood, how they treat it, what they treat it with, and the same thing with mulch. So please do your due diligence. When I say due diligence, don't go on Google and just believe the first thing that you read. Same thing with Facebook, same thing with YouTube. I always encourage you to look for an aspect, look for an opinion that totally differs from what you initially think, because social media, it's so easy for us to get on there and just find exactly what we want to see, and then that's the end all to the whole thing. Some of you may be aware, if you're not, I'm so humbled, I'm proud, and just humbled because I'm the 2025 recipient of the University of Arizona's Department of Agriculture Science Communicator of the Year Award. That's the Department of Agriculture, Life and Veterinary Science. The University of Arizona are worldwide leaders in agriculture, in medicine, and in veterinary science. And I just cannot believe that I was awarded Science Communicator of the Year. I got to tell you guys, I'm absolutely sharing this award with folks like you. Folks that take the time to communicate with people like me who sometimes confuse rutabaga for chard and has literally almost poisoned himself right on the screen because he did not know the difference. Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. So are you with me? You guys got to give me a second because we do have to get back to work, and here's what we have to do. How's it going? Really appreciate you all. Let's see, anybody else? Hey, like I said, guys, if you want to say hi, say what's up. Every few minutes, I'm going to be coming back. I'm going to be checking the screen. But we do have some work that we have to do. So if you guys want to hang out with me real quick, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the living wall. And we're going to see if we can find 2 spots. And we are going to plant some basil over in the living wall. And then we'll discuss how super dope and super cool the living wall is while we're over there. We also have a couple of eggplants that we have to transfer into one of these taller grow bed systems. Let me come over here real quick because I do have a little soil. I'm going to go ahead and no, you know what? Because I can just knock the soil off of these when we're on the other side. I hope you guys are enjoying today's journey, today's mission. I know I'm having a blast so far. Pardon any small messes that you may see in the background. This is a living, working homestead. We really are about it out here. But we also are a small home-scaled research facility. So the stuff that you see us doing over here, pardon me, it's part gardening, but it's a whole lot of research that we share with scientists around the world because we're not the only ones that want people to eat, guys. We're not. I mean, I know you guys do too. There we go. So we're over on the living wall and I can already see. Remember when I said I spy with my little eye? Pardon me, let me tell that to stop. I spy with my little eye this living wall, and to me, it's absolute canvas. It's something for me to look at the plants that I put on it that I can just imagine where the colors are going to pop out and they're going to shine like art. To review, you guys can see some of the stems of the plants that were there from this last time around. And as those plants are removed, it'll make it, see, still not quite yet, but it'll make it a little bit easier for me to remove those root bases because they are in the fabric. As you can see right there, you can still see the root bases there. They haven't gone anywhere. But on a living wall, they're not growing out the back and they're not growing, they're just all on the side and all on the membranes. Food for thought, when you do develop your own living wall systems, there is a way to assuredly make sure that all of these plants, all of these remaining, the older stems are easier to remove. And here's how you would go about doing it. If you know that you're absolutely finished with the growing season on your living wall, you deactivate the system, you shut it down for 3 days, for 72 hours, whatever it may be, and then all of these should easily just pull out. Once all of those pull out, you take a wire brush, you go against the fabric, that'll remove the majority of those exterior roots. You give it a good spray down with water, a good wipe down with water. There's no need to add any solvents, any soaps to it, nothing. Absolutely nothing. You don't take it apart. You don't rinse through it. If it's built properly and if it's constructed properly, literally, you just turn it off for 3 days, remove all of the old plants. Just like I said, a bristled brush, remove the roots from the exterior, pull those stems out, plug it back in. You see your system working and it's just as easy as this. Pardon me, it's just as easy as this. 1, plant, soil, and this is a Genovese basil. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Chuck, why aren't you rinsing those off? Because I did it wrong again. That's why. Because I did it wrong again. You guys know I'm supposed to take this. I'm supposed to rinse it off with water. But this is part of our experiment. Let's see what happens if we don't rinse it off with water? And I spy with my little eye a new home for you right here. So, well, go in there. We'll remove, because it's got existing clay balls in it. We'll remove those clay balls that were sitting in that reservoir, in that port. You see that? We'll take that basil plant. I'm going to set it. Matter of fact, some older roots in there I can pull out with my fingers. Look at that. See? Older roots. Throw them right out the way. Get that clay ball out. There we go. So this should be good. Take this. Set it right in that port. Make sure it's nice and cozy. I'm going to put clay balls behind it. Clay balls in front of it. Now I want to make it a little more sturdy. There we go. That's it. Let me take that to stop a second. That's it. So let's go back over there. Woo! Let's see if I can make that a little bit smoother. Can we get it, Chuck? Can we get it? Can we get it? Can we get it? Let's see. Nope. Where we at, baby? Where we at, baby? There it is. There's our new basil plant right there. Now we just did that in real time. It's not tricky. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. There's nothing else that we have to do with the system to make sure that that accommodates to that. That basil plant is going to thrive. How do I know that? Here's how I know. Here's our tomato plant. You guys get that? There you go. Here's our tomato plant right here. And this one from when we put it in the other day, this already has blossoms on it. Now, how cool is that? I think that's super dope. Let me get that zoom off my face. You look like really weird now, Chuck. So, how's everybody doing today? I hope you're enjoying our gardening adventures. There's another good side view of the living wall. Right here, we have our latest flower blossoms right here. And these are from the broccoli. Yeah, these are from broccoli right here. So remember, guys, when we first established the living wall, we had 2 broccoli plants that were tucked in the background, and we couldn't figure out where they were. But when we removed all of the older plants, it's like one broccoli plant was there, the other one was on the other side. And I told you guys, I said, I bet you if I cut this one down, I said, I bet you broccoli is going to continue to grow from the side because the living wall is so efficient. And it's so amazing that you literally have to unplug it and stop it in order for it to actually stop working. It'll just keep growing and growing. You can cut the plants down. Remember when we cut this one down, the purple kale or the purple cabbage? Yes, we cut it all the way down to the stub, and now it's back up to over 6 feet tall again. All of these, the green onion that you see here, these are all from the onion scraps. And these are thinner than the ones that you see. We're going to go take a look at that. These are thinner than the ones that you see in the tray garden. And why is that? Because they were never exposed to sunlight. The ones in the tray garden, which are the same age as these, let's go over there and take a look. I hope you guys are enjoying our time together. I know I'm having an absolute blast with you. If you haven't already hit the like and subscribe button, please do so. Every single view counts. I love the advice that you guys give. I love the participation. I love the back and forth. I absolutely do. It's what makes the channel the channel. So I hope you guys are just, I mean, seriously, I hope you're having fun. Hit that like button, hit subscribe so that you're instantly alerted whenever we're doing something cool in our gardens, which is like every single day. Let me bring this camera a little bit closer, because I want you guys to get a good view of these onion greens when I come to this other side. There we go. Yep. So these are what those green onions look like. I know, pretty cool, huh? Go through the older videos on YouTube. I think to September. I believe we put these out here in September or October. Even while I'm here, at the front of this garden, you'll see a tomato plant, 1, 2, 3 tomato plants. Right in front of me, right here in front of me, is another tomato plant. And I looked at this yesterday and I spied with my little eye my first little teeny tiny tomato. And I'm not sure if that's gonna stick because there's something I'm supposed to do with these tomato plants that I haven't done yet. As tomato plants grow, you absolutely want to raise the substrate. So even in real time while I'm on the horn with you guys, while I'm here with you guys, let me take care of this. So do me a favor, enjoy the view for a minute. I will be right back. I gotta get myself a scoop. So I'm over on the other side, and Rose is gonna kill me because she's been looking for this. Look at this, guys. So I'm over on the other side, right, guys? Oh, pardon me. Look at this, look at this. Oh, stop acting up, camera. There you go. So I'm over there on the other side, and I use this tray because it's convenient for me to put clay balls in it and just rinse them over the top. So then it's easy for me to just put them, like I'm saying, how I'm about to top off the tomatoes. But what this dish is actually for is so that you can barbecue vegetables. And that's why we ordered it. And we love this thing and we couldn't figure out where it was. It's been out here for about the last year. But shh, you don't tell, I won't tell. Let's get these tomatoes topped off. So that's basically what I want to do is right there. I just want to raise it so that roots shoot off the side of these tomatoes. The more roots in your tomato, the healthier and happier your tomato plant is. Because remember, tomatoes aren't a bush, tomatoes are a vine. That's actually a really inefficient way to get these things inside of here, like it's pouring awfully. So then I realized why I actually use, oh, there you go, that's even better, that's better. Wow, that was way more efficient. And then I'll just stand the plant up and I'll just take those and I'll go around it like that. Eventually, when I fill this dish up, I'm gonna do the other plants later, but I just wanted to show you an example. Eventually, when I'm gonna fill this dish up again, and I'm gonna end up filling up these fabric pots all the way up to the top. I never have to water the system from the top because it's an hydroponic system, so everything gets absorbed from the bottom. So give me 1 second, guys. Enjoy the view. I'm going to go put this back over there because I'm not one for messes, and I don't like leaving things just laying around. When it comes to building any of these systems or designs that you're looking at, oh, there it is. I wouldn't be shocked if we get a flyby soon, guys. Like, I really wouldn't. We're just returning to the traditional side of the yards. Oh, yeah, and I knew it. I knew it. Sorry about that. I knew it. Hold on. I got it. Oh, I don't think it cut off, did it? We might still be on. I knew it. I was like, it hasn't fallen yet. Why hasn't it fallen yet? Please just deal with me, guys. If you're with me, you saw what just happened. Oh my goodness. Oh, Chuck and his tripod. I can't believe I had it that loose, guys. That is so messed up. I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that, guys. I hope you're logged back in. I really am sorry about that. I had the phone on a tripod. I was turning my head to look at the Cooper's Hawks in the tree right behind me because they really look magnificent right now. And I would honestly be shocked if they don't show up in the yard. I'm gonna tell you guys one thing, one cool shot that I think would be awesome to do in the future. Whenever I'm stepping away from the camera or even earlier in the day for an hour or so, to just leave the camera with the volume on, facing this way, just facing, facing this way, facing the, hi buddy, hummingbird, but facing this way and just facing the gardens. If you guys are in the nature, It will blow your mind, the incredible wildlife that you will witness in our backyard. If it's in the desert, it's here. Hey, little buddy, you know what? I got a treat for you. Guys, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go get an orange or a tangerine. I'm not sure which one it is, because I'd rather be providing some source of pure citrus to the hummingbirds, and I know that they totally appreciate it too. So I'll be right back, guys. Do, 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 do. Life is good in the Collins house. I got oranges. The birds will love me in the Collins house, cause I got oranges. Who's got oranges? I got oranges. Birds gonna love me cause I got oranges. Who got oranges? I got oranges. Who you, man? I'm Chuck with oranges. Oranges in my hand. On that note, I kind of totally forgot the mic was on. So, we're gonna do, we do have 2 fresh cut oranges. And because I'm actually gonna go to the feeder that we got to upgrade our gardens, oasis, our little garden oasis, and we got this feeder in tribute to my dad, who sadly we lost this past May. He was a huge Baltimore Orioles fan. And we had just got a recent report that there were Baltimore Orioles spotted in our area. So these are the old oranges. I'm not going to throw these out. Those are going to go right into the compost. And you just heard the song telling you I got new oranges, so you ain't even got to worry about that. You know who got new oranges in his hand. I'm the man with new oranges in his hand. You know how that goes. Bam. And I like this little feeder because you can do more than 1 orange at a time. Oh, that's awesome. Now, I'm only going to need 1 on this side. Yeah, that is kind of cool. There we go. So there's that 1 orange there. I'm not even sure. This has got the stripes in it. I'm not even sure what kind it is. Shoot, I kind of want to save that orange for myself. But we're going to go to the other side of the yard, and we have another hummingbird citrus feeder over there. So let's go get this guy set up too. There we go. Same thing. Out with the old. In with the new. I'm going to set those over here on the other side of the yard, so I'll remember to bring them in the house when it's time to compost. Guys, as much as my phone be falling off this tripod, let me tell you, it's only going to be a matter of time before we witness it in real time actually fall off and land in that pool. And I'm not looking forward to it, but I have a feeling it's going to happen. We are going to go back over to the raised hydroponics grow bed, because this is an eggplant and this is an eggplant. And one of the trending questions on media on YouTube today for videos is how do you plant, or how do you start eggplants? So I'm going to show you 2 places. Oh yeah, I am. This is going to be dope. Yeah, this is going to be dope. I'm going to show you 2 ways to transfer eggplant. Let me find my gloves. Here we go. I already see the home for it. Let me move this out the way. I'm gonna put this in our pond, because that base is those the bottom, that soil for the basil starts is awfully dry. So give me 1 second, guys. Stop that. There we go. So I want you guys to take a look at this. Pardon me. This spot right about here. Of course you can't see my hand now. I got you guys. Give me a little bit. Give me a, oh, god damn. Oops. Oh wow, okay, camera. Do your thing. Hold on. Oh, this is getting more and more fun. Here we go. There we go. Oh yeah, we're all over the place now, aren't we? Let's just turn it around. Oh, much easier. So here we go, guys. What Chuck is trying to do is show you where the potatoes are gonna go. Right here. You know what? My hand is never gonna go to the place. It's never gonna get this right. I see that. I see that. We're gonna be here all day just looking goofy like this. So here's what we're gonna end up doing. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Now it does it right. Absolutely hilarious. So, for you guys that are just tuning in, we are literally going through practices on how we're going to make this upcoming performance for Uplift, the 1 hour documentary special on Uplift, on how to not only do some of our gardening, our sustainable gardening techniques, but how to make them profitable. So what we've been doing every day is going live on YouTube and just practicing with the gimbal, practicing with the cameras. The last few days has been kind of cool. This one has been a little topsy-turvy because I'm trying some new angles and new techniques and new tricks with the camera. So I'll practice those a little bit later off camera, but for now, I really want to get the gardening because I got some stuff I want to show you guys. So the question, popular question right now on social media is, how do you plant eggplants? So we're going to show you 2 techniques to do that. We're going to do it in a traditional garden bed, which is soil-based, and we are going to do it in that raised hydroponics grow bed that we were just looking at. So we're going to put our claws on. You guys know I love my claws and gloves. And the spot I like is right here. It's almost dead center in the garden. Oh, I'm sorry, Basil, I didn't mean to be all forceful like that. I'm sorry. The Basil's not too crazy about that because I put him in there just the other day. Now, with that's perfect right there. With eggplant, it's not going to be any undergrowth like this. So that basil's going to be fine because I'm constantly going to keep this purple basil right here pruned. That's not my concern. That eggplant is going to come up through the middle and those eggplant fruits are just going to drape from the side. So you're going to see purples or greens, but I forgot what kind of color the eggplant is. So it might, like greens or purples, whatever, but you're going to see those. You're going to see the tomatoes on the edge. This garden is just going to be bonkers. You're going to see the celery right here. Oh. Remember we were talking about the colors popping. When you're planting a garden, you want those colors to pop. Now, I am sort of happy that I stressed this eggplant out a little bit because when I put it in the actual soil, it's going to take like gangbusters, just right there, boom. Give it a little pat, make a little love, get down tonight. Get down tonight. Sorry, guys. I'm old. Songs of my past, songs of my future, songs of my youth. So that's gonna pop right up. Another question that was asked online is that's been a popular question that's being asked is proper placement and spacing between plants. It is absolutely important, guys. It is. A good measure is the 1 foot method. That I believe is the foot by foot planting method. That's also good. You can get away with closer than that in sustainable gardening because the plant roots don't have to reach out as much. I am pushing limitations in this garden because this is an experimental grow station. If this was an actual garden where I was actually gardening and trying to provide family and trying to get the absolute most out of this space, I'd probably have half as many plants in this, but I like really, really pretty colors and I like things that grow good, and I like to see changes and amendments that I make in the soil really take place, pushing boundaries on plants and what they can do, what they can't do, changing ideas on plant spacing, changing ideas on gardening techniques across the board. That's a huge part of what we do at Together We Grow. So like on every other, we just did our eggplant. I want to stay on point in traditional